Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mordheim, City of the Damned with no fair fights and the no fair fights Mutant Chaos Party. I've already picked my veteran skills, which is, of course, Commander to keep the cost low, Scholar because skills are incredible costly to train, and Renown because as we're playing Chaos, we'll have to change a lot of assignments, because if this mutant here does not develop out as he should, we will replace him with another mutant. There's certain mutations that are very, very useful and some that are totally out of the line. So we might have to abandon this one. Now you say, Boris, do you know that the cow spawn of the mutants is strong but is not that useful? Well, I'm not intending to play a chaos spawn. I can put 2 more heroes on the field instead of a chaos spawn, and the more forces you have on the field, the more loot you will get in the end, because the loot that you will get after the battle when you win is determined by the number of troops you have on the field. So, of course I'm not playing a chaos chaos brute spawn. I'm going to play as many heroes as humanly possible, or inhumanly possible, that is. Now let's buy things. We buy all the heavy armor we can get, because heavy armor is king. We buy 2 great axes, and of course we buy every helmet that we can get our hands on, because helmets are great. As our leader is the most costly, not the most useful, but the most costly character, we of course will equip him with heavy armor and helmet. He will get a great axe, and there is one thing you should know: I do not cast spells. Spell casting has the chance to knock out your character completely, or all surrounding people of your warband, and that is something I'm not going to risk. That is simply too risky. Casting is not economical when you look at the risks compared to what it can give you. He will get heavy armor as well. He will get a great axe. We can give him a shield and a sword as secondary weapons, just if the need occurs, and he will get heavy armor as well. The rest we don't have heavy armor right now. You say the Magister is a waste because, well, he can cast spells. That is his main advantage, and I'm not going to use that. Well, I would replace him if I could, and actually I can. If I train the mutant high enough, I can learn him Born Leader. Now you say, no, Boris, because for Born Leader you need Leadership 12, and you only have 10. That is the reason why Born Leader does not appear here. You're nearly right. I can get a book of leadership, which will increase that by 3, and then I will be able to get a Born Leader out of my mutant. Of course, I will only make a mutant Born Leader if he is a Born Leader. That means claw foot, extra arm blade, and I think it is faceless, or face on the back. I think it's face on the back mutation. Now we come to the deployment. Our goal is to keep our men alive and to kill the enemy. So we'll never, ever take a deployment where we're not at our wagon and the enemy is not at theirs. Or at least scattered around. Because that is what's going to kill you. The secondary mission objective.
Scouts.
Oh, we're fighting, guys. That's not that good, but okay.
Before you can find them, a heavy fog settles over the ruins. Unable to pick up the enemy's trail, your warriors deploy from their wagon and spread out to sweep the area in search of your foe.
And now the point is, when you deploy around your wagon, it is still possible, if you take as enemy deployment scattered, that the enemy will be around you and will charge you in the first round, because the most dangerous round in a fight is always the first. Because there you can be overwhelmed and killed before you can do anything.
Round has started.
But if you have heavy armor and, for example, shield and one-handed weapon, you will be able to survive the first round no matter what. So, there is Wordstone, there is a building, that's okay. Do we have an intel where the enemy is? The enemy is there. So we will probably not be able to get this Wordstone. Okay, we play this safe and sound. We have no reason to make any strange stuff. The secondary objective here is not as good. The worst secondary objective you can have is crush their will. The best you can have is Wordstone Rush. But tell you a secret, the secondary objective is not that important. It is important, yes, to a certain point. To the point where you say, I want the secondary objective because it gives me bonus experience points. Yes, it does. But what good is that if you don't survive long enough to use it? So you actually want to stay alive instead of using the extra or getting the extra XP out of it. So forget about the secondary objective. If you can do it, no question. It is beneficial. But if you cannot, don't push it. And don't cast spells. So, the enemy will most likely come on this edge here. That's what I predict they will do. And there we have the first problem. Our guy here is so slow that he gets separated from the rest. So we'll have to wait around, perhaps. I think we do the waiting of the round somewhere here and collect our stuff before we rush on. Because the last thing we want is getting separated and killed for that reason. Remember, we are heavy armor two-handed weapon wielding guys. That means our assault range is also reduced. So it is more likely that the enemy will assault us than we will assault the enemy. That is one reason you keep your movement as high as possible, because your assault range is determined by your movement range. Except you have special skills, but that's not the topic here. The topic is deployment and secondary objectives. The secondary objective means you get more loot. Secondary objective means you get bonus XP. But basically what you need to do is you need to keep your people alive. So there should be loot right ahead. I bet it's in the second floor. Okay. I still don't see an enemy here. And we're not going into the building. Oh, there is our first loot. It is average, so the chance is given that there is something useful here. I see Wordstone ahead, which is nice. Wordstone shard. That brings me to a point, money. Why is money more important for my guys than, for example, for Skaven? Because while Skaven might lose people due to their squishiness, I will lose people due to my squishiness and wrong mutations. And the enemy is gathering Wordstone, which is actually great because the enemy will come to me and I will get the Wordstone from them. Now you say that is optimistic. No, it's not. It's the only right way to think, because if I'm thinking about losing this game, I would not even participate. Of course my primary goal is to win this. And that's the way I play, that's the way I plan. I do not plan from losing. What good should that do? Man, you're slow.
A new round has started.
I have the feeling it will take more than one round to get our forces together here. Okay, she's nuts. She actually ran into the building. Which is normal, for example, for a mercenary. Human mercenary, because they have ranged weapons, they can shoot out of the window. It is not that useful for the Sisters of Sickness, as they have no ranged weapons. I mean, what What is she planning? Jumping from the roof? Death from above? That works with Max. That does not work with Mordheim soldiers. Is there someone? For a moment there I thought I saw someone. I think we fall back a little. Or just hold your position. Well, you of course can get that stuff. 15 gold crowns. The mission already paid itself. We could go up. I have the feeling that the items that we're looking for are in this building. We could go in there, but I think that's rather dangerous. So we fall a little... crap. Should have seen that coming. We fall a little bit back and go into dodge stance, into an ambush stance. Actually, ambush stance is not that useful, point given, because as you all know, our ambush range is not very high. Oh, there is the loot. We could risk it though. Okay, I'm a dumb ass. 15 gold crowns. If he gets ambushed in here, that would be very, very bad. But we have no other way of doing this at this point. We need to get our people here. Well, if someone comes here, he will first get an axe in the face. So, ambush. Yeah, I'm not taking a lot of wordstone, I know. Ambush. Yeah, I will not probably be able to ambush a lot of people, point given. But what I absolutely have to do is get my forces here.
A new
together.
round has started.
And there she comes. Whoa, not bad. That was quite bad of me. The only good thing is she's not doing a hell of a lot of damage. Hopefully I can. Oh, there she comes. She has friends with her. Okay. But she does not do as much damage as we do. Nice. She does not have what we need. We retreat because he's already wounded. You are not wearing heavy armor, so I do not really want you to be on the back of the enemy. On the other hand, though, you are the charging guy. Ah, for crying out loud, this is not going well. This is, yeah, math is your enemy as always. We already missed 2 attacks with, I think, 75% chance to hit. And I think she's wearing heavy armor. That is the 3rd attack that we actually missed, which is strange. But well, RNG hates us all. From the bottom of our hearts. Holde Kips is not the one we're looking for. I think Kelly van Holzhausen is their leader. Of course we do not charge, because if we charge we will only be able to do 1 attack. And of course we want to do 2 attacks. And she's out. Nice. Holde Kips. Not the lady we're looking for. So we're actually going here. Where is the enemy? Do we know anything about the enemy? No. We could go and grab that. But then we'll be far away from our people, which is not good. We go here into dodge. Yes, 10% dodge sucks because it will be even reduced, of course, by the enemy's strength. But that's okay. That's okay.
A new round has started.
Some of their forces are pretty fast, though they're not wearing heavy armor. For example, the one we see now with 52 initiative. She must be wearing a one-handed weapon and a light armor, I assume. Could you wearing no weapon, you should be rather fast. Can you get that for Daddy? Okay. I don't really care. There should be more wordstone over here. And let's not push our luck, okay? Ambush stance. Here. They will come. They will come. They already lost 2, we lost none. Everything's alright to this point. There is one. You will close up. Yeah, but it's a novice. It's a novice. Things could be worse. You're going to ambush stance. You're pretty badly wounded. So actually I want you to press your ass against the wall and go into ambush stance here. The enemy will come for us, no question. 29 speed indicates that... Ooh, there she is. And she's wearing a hammer. You are too slow to reach anything, and I don't want to go after them. So actually, you're going into... Should we go into ambush stance? I think we go into ambush stance here. Maybe here? Yes. We protect our leader because he's the one that cannot be allowed to fall. You will go here and go into ambush stance there. If they try to get around us to get at our leader, that is.
A new round has started.
The problem is, while we are all standing, our forces are wounded. Theirs are not. And the 52 unknown combatant is their leader, without any question, because, well, we will delay. Because we know all the others, and the leader was not among them. And there she comes. She has a dagger, and she's heavily armored. Great. I cannot flee. That is sad to a point. But okay. With the dagger she will have a long, long way taking me out. Not with the hammer though. Ho 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 ho! You didn't see that coming. Right in the face. Okay. I have no idea. I cannot reach that wordstone though. And he's already wounded, so he should not do any risky stuff. Like missing a target, that is. his punks all the time. In the face. In the face. Yeah, I must protect my people a little bit better. Nice. Is there loot to gain? Well, actually, I think the Great Hammer is more worth. Osa Kip's tome. That is definitely not her. And they're near their breaking point. So I could actually try to keep her alive. She's just using a dagger. And she has only got one attack, so she cannot do that much damage. That is a gamble, I know. That is a gamble. But that is a gamble I'm going to risk. Because I've got chances that the big lady will appear. And then it will be quite good. If we can do the secondary objectives, we should do it. Okay, for obvious reasons. She's already engaged by 2. Perhaps she panics. Which will be okay. You are already wounded. Oh, and you can't do anything.
A new round has started.
Now let's hope that the enemy appears. Because I have no interest in... She does not. I don't even have a clue where she is. That might be not that clever what I did, because now I have separated my team. And she might totally be around here. Yeah, the loot is quite on that side. That was not clever of you, Boris. I will delay. Oh, crap. Yeah, but with 10 damage, this will take a lifetime. And you will go into dodge stance. We have no reason to kill the lady, because if we kill her, they will break. My mission is to find out where the missing lady is. He's wearing heavy armor. He can take an attack. Oh crap. Disengage. And go into ambush. You should not have attacked in the first place. Dodge. You're at full health. You could, in theory, scout a little bit. Yeah, but you're wearing heavy armor, so... Go into ambush start. No, go a little bit back, because I don't want to ambush the enemy at the entrance of a building. Because if I do that...
A new round has started.
Where is she? For heaven's sakes, your lady here is in danger! And of course, she succeeds all her all-alone tests. We will not counterattack. Okay, where could she be? Oh. Well then, forget about the Great Flail. I think I see her. Okay, she has seen me, so she will probably come this way. So you will dodge, and we'll send our entire rest team to deal with her. The main, or the most problematic thing is the fact that we'll have to cross a building. We'll have to get through a building to get her. And that is dangerous because when we get stuck in the building, when she surprises us inside the building, we can only fight her one by one. And of course we don't want to do that. Okay. Her last known position is there. I don't see her. Oh, I do now. She has a one-handed weapon and a shield. We need her dead. She failed. Oh crap, you shouldn't have done that. She was running. And that is the reason she got killed. Very bad, because now the enemy will run. And there is nothing we can do to stop her. So this mission is down. On the other hand, the enemy is down, so we can at least loot at our leisure. No, we cannot, because we're too slow. Perhaps we can move a little bit more clever. Although I don't think that will help that much. No, it will not. You. That is the wrong way. We need to get through there. I need to ambush range. But it's no use. The enemy will fail her route test. And now we're standing in the door. Genius am I.
A new round has started.
Oh, they succeed. What? Are you telling me that she's unable to move? You're not heavy armored. You should stay out of this. At least from my point of view. But she might not be able to survive another round of heavy combat. You could reach her in any case, right? Can you? Oh, haha. Ugh. That was obvious, wasn't it? There is Wordstone and I cannot pick it up because I've got no free inventory space. Okay, I don't want to get charged by her because my life is already low, my lifeline. So we go into an ambush here. We're not wearing heavy armor. That means in theory she's able to do a hell of a lot of damage. We leave that here because the loot is terrible. There was Wordstone, wasn't there? And of course Oh, I can reach it. Excellent. At least we're not going down empty-handed. No, we're going to an ambush stance. You are heavy armored and you have the ability. So I want you to go into ambush here. Of course she will charge us, but of course we will reduce the damage we get from her. So everything's alright. So you're heavy armor and you're not wounded in any point. But I don't think you can charge her, can you? She was probably charge you. Okay, let's hope she survives another round.
A new round has started.
Oh. You're stuck. You're stuck, that's the answer. Okay, you will delay. Who would have guessed that? She's going to get herself killed by the simple fact that she's stuck on a wall. And I can take that because you cannot drop items. Okay. Can you charge her? Right in the face. I can take that. The question is, can you take it? Well, actually you can dodge it. Okay. Would you be so kind as to... You would not believe this. Oh great, I cannot even charge her. You can do nothing? You, on the other hand, you can charge her, right? Hey, what's wrong with you? You should be able to charge her pretty well. Ah, great.
A new round has started.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that was obvious that that's gonna hurt. And that is terrible because he will now get a wound from it, or left lose an eye or something like that. I wonder if you have room to pick something up? I should use the time better with the rest of the teams. But, point given. What should I do? There is nothing on the map that I can reach. Nope. I could only go this way and run into trouble. It makes no sense. I could just stay where I am. Excellent. Can I plunder the body, please? No, I cannot. Crap. Well, at least the mutant has taken out a lot of people on the way. And I found good amounts of money.
The decadent trappings of order shall be cast. The triumph of chaos
Completed.
is...
Okay. He got a lot of experience, but you will get even more experience if you would be able to do the mission right. What did we find? A lot of rubbish. Treatment is expensive, warband is expensive, but we've made more money. We go for another one of those. So, let's see. The wounded one is the one without armor, so it's not that bad. We come to our first assignments. Our intelligence is high enough to learn anything we need, so we go for alertness, because you need 9 intelligence to learn Mordheim tactics, so that you get bonus on speed. We want to rise strength as fast as possible, because we need armor proficiency to get faster. And we need to rise our weapon skill to learn Web of Steel with this guy, so we need that as well. He, of course, will need strength. Good. We could go for next day because we did good.
A new shipment has been requested.
And for those of you who has asked, Boris, how do I get Night Runners or Warp Guards? Well, it's this. You get your reputation with the Black Pit Settlement up and you can recruit Warp Guards. You get your Cutthroats 10 reputation up and you can get Night Runners. That's how it works, just if you wondered. So, let's see what missions we have. Crush their will. Bad. Very bad. That one is good. Marked for death is crap, but okay. So we stop it here, and we'll see each other next time. Bye.